Joining us now, one of the new hires for the BYU football coaching staff, Fesi Sitake, joining us right here on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline. Fesi, congratulations. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you guys very much. I'm sorry I can't be there in person. It's crazy. There's a bunch of things going on back here that we got to get situated, but I look forward to joining you guys hopefully in person when I get down there. But thanks for having me on. So.
Hey, we look forward to having you in person as well. We completely understand, though, how crazy things are right now. Why don't you take us through the process of how this job came to be for you?
Well, I guess I mean if you were to put a beginning on all this, I think it was the week going into playing Southern Utah in the playoffs for the second round. I know news had broke that Ty Detmer unfortunately was being relieved of duties, and anyways from there was several weeks of just a bunch of speculation going on and different things, and you can't help but avoid these things when your name's thrown in there. And so I fortunately was able to stay busy with our season still going on, but I knew that there was some potential vacancies in the staff. And so as soon as the coordinator position was announced and our season was complete, I was able to meet with Coach Grimes and express some mutual interest on both sides between he and I, and had a great interaction with him, and just saw that things would potentially work out. And so it's all happened so quick between not just the thought of it, but between actually openly talking about interest in BYU and vice versa, and actually getting the job offer. It's just happened so quick, and it's even though it's a little overwhelming with the timing of things, we are so excited, my family and I, to be able to make this next move and start this new chapter in our lives. So it's happened real quick, and I still can't even process the timeline, the whole chronology of the events, because it's been so quick. So.
Well, Coach, we're definitely excited, and what I try to tell my family and friends when things are moving too fast, life is too fast, just try to live by the hour. Not by the day. Slow down and soak in the moment. But as many people know, or maybe it's still a mystery to some, that you and Kalani are cousins. Me and Jason talked about this earlier, and we said, yeah, no, they are real cousins. So one, maybe go ahead and tell everybody and explain how you guys are related, and then also just what it means to you to play with or to coach with family.
Yeah. So. For me, maybe a lot of people who are confused with the cousins deal can jump on this with me. I always differentiate the actual cousins and the real cousins. Real cousins is the normal spelling, OUSIN, and then I do the fake cousins with the Z or double Z.
Right.
But Kalani's a cousin. His dad is the older brother of my dad. And without getting too detailed and personal, basically, I didn't really have a parental figure growing up. In the household, my dad was constantly at work supporting a bunch of people who lived in our home, 20-something or so. And then my mom was sick. When I was born, my mom became ill and wasn't fully functional. And so Kalani just took me under his wing from a very young age. And, it got to the point to where I literally thought he was my older brother. And when I found out he wasn't, I was devastated. And he told me, don't worry. And I called him my cousin one day, and he told me, don't ever call me your cousin again. I'm your brother. And just the things we've gone through have really solidified our brotherhood, and that's why we don't call each other anything but brother. But we are technically cousins, and because of circumstances and how we've grown up together and the things that we have gone through personally in our lives, we definitely consider each other brothers. And so I hope that doesn't promote confusion out there, but that's the reason why we hold on to that. It goes beyond just the culture of the Tongan language not having any translation for the word cousin. Aside from that, like I said, our life experiences have really even solidified that point even more. And so We don't want to create any confusion. We are cousins, and we have no issues with people calling us cousins, because that is what we are from the outside looking in. But me and Kalani only refer to each other as brother, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
so.
you didn't create any confusion, man. You just created some tears a little bit.
So now, Fesi, now we all know nobody knows each one of us better than our family. So does that create a little more pressure for you in this job?
No, and a couple have asked that to me, and like I said, my answer to that is I have many weaknesses, but I really do feel one of my strengths is to be able to separate work, draw the line between work and anything else I'm up against. You know what I mean? And I know that could be one of those things that's easier said than done, but I truly believe that I can do that. And I've worked with a lot of people whom I consider real close associates within my life, beyond the professional aspect. And I know that Kalani's, no one's ever been I've never worked with anyone as close as I have with Kalani. And so I'm excited to that, and I view that as a great opportunity. And I really think it's going to be, what a lot of people might foresee as issues with family working to each other. I don't foresee any of that at all, because, like I said, I think we both know how to draw that line professionally, and so I'm just really, really excited for it, and I don't see any issues with that on my end. So.
You were very successful as the offensive coordinator at Weber State. What do you hope to add to Coach Grimes' vision of this offense?
Just one thing. I've just been able to see the benefit in being a collaborative group. And I take very little success in what we were able to do offensively and as a team at Weaver, because I had unbelievable assistant coaches with me in the room, and we had unbelievable players who bought into a program. And if you don't have help as a coach, if you don't have help from your fellow assistant coaches, and your players aren't buying in to a blueprint for success that you've laid out, no one's going to see success. And so, as much as I'd like to toot my own horn, I can't, because I've just been around so many good people. And so if there's anything I've gained that I feel I can bring to the room, it's just the value of being collaborative and talking through everything. And there's a lot of there could be a lot of ego in this profession. But if you can take a humble approach, and you have a healthy environment and atmosphere in a meeting room, and everyone can speak freely, so many great things can happen. And I felt that that's what happened, is we were able to put our best product out on the field because coaches and players were so unified. And so there's some things, X's and O's and schematically, that I feel will benefit us. But just philosophically speaking, I think that's the biggest thing, is just, we're going to have a lot of experience on this offensive staff, and we can draw from so many different places that we've been and things we've gone through. And I know that we have the right personalities, and that's why I think we're all so excited in this little amount of time we've been talking as coaches to be able to, see what we can generate and put out there. So,
Coach, what have some of the conversations with Coach Grimes been like in terms of just the offense in 2018, just some of the schemes and what you guys are trying to accomplish?
Well, number one, I cannot explain how excited that man is, and I know he's professed that himself, but I mean, every time we talk or text, it's just he either can't sleep because he's so excited, or he even last night he even texted me and said that he's so excited it's embarrassing. And I told him, wow, that's a whole nother level right there if you're embarrassed about your excitement. So,
right.
But I know he's focused. He's very professional. He's very loyal, and I know he's so excited for their game coming up on New Year's Day versus Notre Dame, and I'm excited to watch that and cheer for LSU, and which I've never had a reason to before, but I'm going to be cheering hard for those guys because I know Coach Grimes wants it for those guys. But it's been so awesome to be able to talk to him and get to know him more and more, and it's been really humbling that he would even consider me to work alongside him. And conversations have just been all about the excitement and how much we look forward to doing. We haven't jumped into any details just because there's so much to cover, and he's working on their game plan there. And so just on the side, I know the assistant coaches are putting some things together, some ideas that we feel has made us successful and things we believe in, and then we'll come together and collaborate and join all these ideas together and to where it's a good solid recipe. So.
I'm curious, and I don't know how much you've had an opportunity to actually look at BYU's personnel that will be coming back next year on the offensive side of the football. But do you have any early impressions of some of the players that will be coming back?
Yeah, I unlike Coach Grimes, our football season's over, and so I don't have this dilemma of juggling two different teams, and so I've been able to find some time and to watch some players currently on the roster and others who are being recruited, and as far as the guys on the team, I saw from the outside looking in last year as a fan, and supporting BYU and Kalani, and I was able to watch some games on TV. Our staff came down, did some professional development with BYU in the spring, and just wanted to get to know, these guys a little bit and see what they do and what makes BYU successful. And so I've been very, very pleased with some of the receivers. I actually was able to speak with Micah last night on the phone with Micah Simon. We had a great talk, and what an unbelievable young man. And I look forward to coaching him. And it was great to get to know him a little bit more, aside from just what you see on the field, which I think is a very special player who's just going to continually get better. And we'll try to reach out to Talon Shumway there, left him a voicemail. Look forward to speaking with him, and then all the other wideouts. I want to get to talk to all of them, and I know when they're done with their break, it's a busy time for them. I'd like to meet with them in my office and just have them get to know me as well. And so I know there's some premier players. Matt Bushman, I'm a huge fan of. Weber State, we utilized the tight ends. We had almost 2 tight ends on the field almost every single play. And so I'm a real firm believer in tight ends, and I know BYU's had a rich history of tight ends, and so I think Bushman is as talented of a tight end as there is in the country. Really look forward to seeing him up and close in person. And so I just know there's so many good quality young men at BYU, and it's hard. Once you start naming names, you run the risk of failing to name them all. And I know I'm leaving a ton of guys out, but I just know that there's when you go into BYU, you're a great young man, and what you're going to be molded into is an even better one. And so I'm just really excited to see all these guys flourish, in life and in this football atmosphere.
Amen to that, Coach. So when are you officially here on the job? And I know you said you want to get these guys in your office and talk to them, meet them face to face. But other than that, what are some of your other things that you want to get accomplished?
Well, I've got to be there. I'll be there on the 3rd of January to take care of some HR stuff and all those things you got to do before you start on the job. And so I'll be there around the 3rd, and then I plan on just hanging around the office and getting settled in and watching some more film of the personnel and the guys to look out for, and just get to know the university. Just kind of all the logistics, all the different things, at a more intimate level, and just enjoy it. You know what I mean? I haven't really found some time to just relax and just soak it all in, and there's been so much support, and so it's been a crazy time. But really, that's the timeline on things. I plan on being there around the 3rd. Until then, just plan on packing up, and then hopefully finding little breaks where you can just sit and just really count your blessings and enjoy the moment. So,
well, hopefully one of the things that you do when you officially get on campus, you can come over here to the BYU Broadcasting Building and check out BYU Sports Nation. We'd love to see you. We're looking forward to getting to know you and meeting you, and we appreciate you taking a few minutes on the show today.
No problem. It's my pleasure. I'll definitely come and meet with you guys in person now. I was worried that you guys might put me through the grinder and just annihilate me on here, but since you guys were kind, I definitely have no problem coming to see you guys in person. So thank you guys very much for having me. I'm super excited to be there.